Everyone in town called him a saint. I was 18. Barely. He was older, much older. But he didn't feel like a predator. He felt like a rescue. I didn't know then that some people only save you so they can keep you. We crossed the line. That's what haunts me. Not that he took it, but that I gave it so willingly. The summer air in Ohio is heavy. It sticks to your skin. I spent those nights on my porch, just waiting for my life to start. My friends were leaving for college. I was staying. I felt unfinished. I'd look at myself in the mirror, tracing the curve of my hip, wondering who would be the first to really see me. I wanted to be wanted. It was an ache, a physical weight in my chest. I'd lie awake, thinking about the way people touch, the way they breathe. I was so ready to be someone's secret. Then came the bonfires at Miller's Creek. The smell of wood smoke and cheap beer. That's where he first looked at me. Really looked. My best friend, Sarah, nudged me. "He's staring," she whispered. "He's good for you, Callie. He's stable." I felt my face go hot. I acted bold. I'd tell naughty jokes just to see if he'd laugh. He did. A low, quiet sound. He started showing up where I was. The grocery store. The Friday night games. My friends teased me. They said I was lucky. "He's different," they told me. "He's a gentleman." I felt so proud to be the one he chose. It started with the looks. Across a crowded room. He wouldn't look away. It felt like he was memorizing me. Then, the accidental touches. A hand on the small of my back to let me pass. A thumb brushing mine when he handed me a drink. I was dying for it. I started asking Sarah, "How do you know when it's time? How do you make him move faster?" But he didn't rush. He was so patient. It felt like respect. I didn't realize patience is just another way to hunt. He had this old truck. Leather seats that smelled like rain and cedar. We'd drive for hours. Out past the cornfields where the streetlights end. He'd play this slow, heavy music. The kind that vibrates in your throat. One night, we just parked. The radio was low. I was so nervous I was shaking. He took my hand. He didn't say a word. He just held it. I cried. Right there in the passenger seat. Tears of pure happiness. I felt so protected. For the first time in my life, I felt seen. The air in the truck changed. It got thick. Warm. I could hear his breath. Slow. Steady. I moved first. I reached out and touched his leg, just above the knee. He didn't pull away. He leaned in. His breath was against my neck. It was hot. My heart was a hammer. He whispered my name, like it was a prayer. His hands were everywhere and nowhere. Soft, then firm. The first time he kissed me, I felt the world go quiet. Everything I'd ever wanted. It was right there. In the dark. It felt so right. It felt inevitable. Then the care turned. Just a little. "Why were you wearing that shirt?" he'd ask. "I just worry about you, Callie. Other guys, they don't see your heart like I do. They just see this." He'd touch my hair, but his eyes were cold. If I went out with Sarah, he wouldn't call. He'd just wait. And when I came home, he'd be sitting in his truck, in the dark, watching my house. "I just missed you," he'd say. And I'd apologize. I didn't even know what for. I started shrinking. I stopped wearing the bright colors. I stopped telling the jokes. I didn't want him to worry. I spent a lot of nights crying. Not because he was mean, but because I was so tired. Tired of trying to be enough. I told myself this was love. That love was supposed to be heavy. That the weight was just how much he cared. It was a Tuesday. Nothing special. We were at his place. The door was locked. I said, "I think I want to go home tonight." He didn't yell. He just stood in front of the door. He looked at me, not like I was a person, but like I was something he owned. Something he had paid for with his patience. "After everything I've done for you," he said. That was the moment. The air went out of the room. I realized the safety was a cage, and I had walked right into it. I left a month later. No big explosion. I just stopped answering. I moved to the city. But small towns don't let go easily. My friends didn't understand. "He was so good to you," they said. "You broke his heart." I lost them. I lost that version of myself. The girl who wanted to be wanted. She died in that truck. I'm older now. I live in a place where no one knows his name. But sometimes, when the air gets humid, and I hear a truck on the gravel, my heart stops. I realized too late. Some love doesn't bruise you. It just changes your shape. I mistook being wanted for being safe. And that's a mistake. You only make once.